Hello everybody, it's Julia here from the Highly Sensitive Tarot, and I'm back today to show you a new deck. Well, I pre-ordered this deck back in January, I think, of this year on Amazon, and it was delivered, I think, about a month ago. But at the time I was having a break and I just wasn't really in the mood to have a look at it, so I've only just really got to it, and I really like it. It's called the Citadel, and it's a fantasy oracle deck by Fez Inkwright. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little sort of walkthrough, my first impressions of this deck, because I haven't used it as yet. I've unboxed it, I've had a quick little flick through it, but that's really about it. And then I'm going to have a little flick through the guidebook quickly and find a reading in the guidebook, and I'm going to do that in this video, a little sample reading for you so you can see how the creator intends this deck to be used. So as you can see, it comes in this gorgeous box. It's by, the publisher is Liminal 11. And it's a 60 card foiled oracle deck with a guidebook, plus bonus guide for use with tabletop games. So it's an archetype oracle that is steeped in the magic of fantasy literature and tabletop gaming. I've never really been a gamer particularly, not on, you know, any devices or even sort of Dungeons and Dragons type thing, but I've always been kind of fascinated with that at the same time. So I think I will really enjoy this deck. It says each reading with the Citadel will take you on a new journey through the gleaming city, experiencing new places, new people, and most importantly, new lessons to learn. Are you ready to take the next step on your journey? Pick up your bags, open the gates, and step inside. So this little box opens at the bottom. It has another box within it, which is really nice, isn't it? I really do like this. I can be a bit of a sucker for boxes, actually. Well, not a sucker for boxes, but if a box is nice, if I like a box, I'm very happy about that. Many decks don't have boxes that I like, so so these are the cards. That's the back of the cards, and they're this sort of I don't know, is it hexagonal? Show my maths, my geometry. Is that? I think that might be hexagonal, mightn't it? I'm not sure, but that's the shape of them, and they are foiled. I think each card has got a little bit of metallic on it, and they're sort of bronze and red and blacks. Really nice, actually. This is the guidebook, instructional booklet. It has a little map of the Citadel. There's a reading guide, a foreword, a word from the author, your journey, how the Citadel works, gaming with it, and complementing the tarot. So there's some keywords that you can look at very quickly for each of these cards. And as I said, this is an archetype deck, so many of the characters in this deck will be sort of familiar characters to us, such as the Queen, the King, the Diviner, the Catalyst, the Waker, the Wise One, Astronomer, Alchemist, Patron, Priest, Scholar, Warrior, Merchant, Miser, Painter, Storyteller, Twins, Weaver, Witch, Adventure, Gambler. Yeah, so without going too much into the sort of fantasy gaming element of this, but she said, I think she's saying here that Dungeons and Dragons was part of her inspiration for this. Yeah. So each of the 4 suits represents a layer of the city, and the court cards are the influential people within it, woven together with the unique spread suggestions that help tell the city's tales and aid in divination. The Citadel story is a powerful one. Okay, so there's a word from the author, how the Citadel works, your journey. I mean, I shall certainly use this as an oracle deck. It's probably unlikely that I will read with this book, with this deck, just on its own. I shall probably use it alongside my tarot decks, as I do my other archetype decks, actually, because I've got, what have I got? I've got, I think, 3 other archetype decks. I'm quite keen on archetypes. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the cards, and then I will have a look at the back of the book and find a little spread. So each of the cards has got keywords on, which is really, really nice. So we've got the alchemist, the dancer, cartographer, maps, the storyteller, the archer, the astronomer. That's beautiful. Captain, the hound, the enchanter, the witch, very nice, the twins, the weaver, the assassin, the scholar, the sentinel, the warrior. That's interesting, isn't it? Perfectionism and burnout. The wise one, tradition and order, the acolyte, new projects and learning, the spy master, knowledge, distrust, vengeance, overcoming slights or a choice, the thief, seizing the moment, selfishness, the catalyst, the diviner, the fate, the founder. They are beautiful cards, actually, aren't they? And look at that one, look, with all the, as you can see, how sparkly the sort of copper gilding is on there. It's really nice. It's unusual, actually. I mean, we often see silver or gold, don't we? But not often copper. The merchant, the champion, brawler, the chiromancer, the pilgrim, the smith, the guide, the orator, the patron, the priest. That's beautiful, look at that. The miser, the muse, the pathless, difficult decisions, lack of direction. The herald, small regrets and longing. It's interesting. The masquerade, oh God. The masquerade, hiding your true self, projection. The musician, the painter, the puppeteer, explanations and apologies. I do like the keywords on these. They're very interesting, aren't they? It will be interesting to see what the guidebook actually says about these keywords. The sleeper, cause and effect and clarity. The king, the shepherd. The walker, the poet, the queen, the forgotten. Wow, missed opportunities and fear of failure. The gambler, the hunter, the sailor, the tailor, and the adventurer. So very nice. So I should give those a shuffle in just a moment, but let's have just a look in this guidebook and see. So, spreads. On the following pages you'll find a selection of spreads designed specifically for use with this deck. So there's 4 3-card spreads here, and then a selection of more complex spreads. So we'll go for one of these 3-card spreads. So what have we got? Situation, obstacle, or advice. Where am I now? What do I aspire to? And potential obstacles. What are my goals? What tools do I have? What paths do I take to get there? Opportunity. We've got the crowd and the troop. I think I'm going to go with where am I now, what do I aspire to, and potential obstacles. So that's a little 3-card spread there. So let's put that there. Give these little cards a shuffle. I think it said in the book that you could fan these cards out, and I think you might struggle to riffle shuffle with these if that's your thing, but it's not my thing. Partly I just don't think, I don't like the thought of bending my cards, but also I have a lot of problems with mobility in my hands, and sometimes my hands just won't do what my mind wants them to do. So anyway, so where am I now? What do I aspire to? And potential obstacles. Let's have a look. Where am I now? We have the Alchemist. Balance, invention, and destruction. What do I aspire to? And we have the Champion. Achievement and downfall. And potential obstacles. And we have the Brawler. Lack of empathy and confrontation. Wow. And we have at the bottom of the deck, because I'm always interested to see what's at the bottom of the deck, we have the Captain, taking command, and teamwork. So I'm going to look in the guidebook, obviously, because this deck is new to me, and I will be looking at the guidebook to help me learn. So the Alchemist. I don't think these cards have numbers on them, and they're not alphabetical either. So there we go, the Alchemist. So the question for this was, where am I now? Where am I now? So the Alchemist. We have, in order to create, be it a new project, a new chapter in your life, or perhaps a new relationship, something must first be dismantled in order to make space. But in alchemy, nothing is ever truly destroyed. The new is built on the foundations of what has come before, and there are lessons to be learned from the rubble. So that place of safety must be burned down in order to rebuild from the ashes, and the alchemist is not afraid to take drastic measures even in order to achieve their goals. So if that's where we are now, where I am now, that would be that perhaps I'm trying to start a new project, to start a new chapter in my life of some kind, or you, the viewer that's watching, something that is going to take the destroying or the dismantling of something else in your life, to let go of something in order to bring in something new. And it says here that the alchemist is fearless. They're not afraid to take those drastic measures in order to achieve their goals. Okay, so the next question is, what do I aspire to? And we've got the champion. So let's try and find the champion. There you go. So you're riding high on a victory at the moment and you've earned the right to celebrate, but don't let it go to your head. Not only could arrogance unpick all of your progress, but if you turn your back on a half-finished job, you may see those successes fall apart faster than you can hold them together. So if it's what do you aspire to, what do we aspire to, we would think here with the champion, it's a measure of success, isn't it? It's praise and adoration, confidence, achievement. That's what it says here on the card, isn't it? Achievement. But on the flip side of that, there is a downfall. There is a downfall if there's too much arrogance, if you turn your back on a job, if you leave it unfinished. And that's interesting, isn't it? Because we've got the word balance here on the alchemist. So wherever it is that you are now, it's important that balance is found in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, whatever new thing you're trying to create or achieve or bring into your life. But it looks like, what do I aspire to? I aspire to achieving something, to feeling some kind of victory or celebration or glory even. Praise and adoration are the words here. Victory is a heady brew, and the champion raises their arms and drinks in the praise and adoration. But overconfidence is blinding, and behind them their opponent gets back on their feet. So I don't know how that might be resonating for any of you. It's not particularly for me. So the third question here is potential obstacles, and we have the brawler, which is interesting, isn't it, as a potential obstacle, that lack of empathy and that confrontation. So let's find the brawler. As I said, these don't run, well, they do go in alphabetical order, but there's various sections of them, so that's why it's taken me a while to find them. The brawler, there we go. So you won't be able to move forward until a current conflict is resolved. Whether you're in the right or not, take a moment to step back and consider things from an alternate point of view. Entering a situation with your fists raised won't resolve things. Exercise a little empathy and plan out a way to address the matter on neutral ground. Accept this chance to improve yourself without carrying forward any malice to others. So this is a potential obstacle, isn't it? This this difficulty around accepting a situation, being able to move forward without any animosity or any anger or any conflict with anybody. So we've got, where I am now is the alchemist. So in a place of trying to create something, trying to invent something, having to let go of something from the past, perhaps. Having to let go of something in order to bring in something new. What do I aspire to? Well, I aspire to success and achievement and validation, really, from other people, it would seem here with the champion. And then the potential obstacles are potentially a confrontation with somebody about these things, of not, yeah, where's the champion gone again? Obviously, if these were tarot cards, I would just be able to sit and read them, wouldn't I? But I wouldn't do a lot of good just with these keywords here. So the champion is it would be important, wouldn't it, not to sacrifice this victory, or not to sacrifice your own sort of integrity and your own morals and ethics in order just to get a victory. You know, to abandon your empathy or your ability to think with any kind of clarity, or to see the balance or fairness in a situation. You know, the champion here is at the centre of this reading, isn't it? And we also not forget at the bottom of the deck, we've got the champion, haven't we, taking command and teamwork. So perhaps that's the thing that would balance out this reading, is having that balance between taking command of a situation and making things happen for yourself, but not to the detriment of other people, to falling out with other people, for not caring about other people, not caring about other people's needs, that your drive to succeed has become all-consuming, perhaps, is the feeling that I'm getting from these cards, is that whatever you're trying to create, it must be done with the good for all, you know, with everybody's higher good in mind. Otherwise, there's a potential downfall here. There's potential confrontation, and there's a potential downfall. So there we go. That's my little attempt at a sample reading from the Citadel's instructional booklet. That does resonate very slightly for me, to be honest. So I don't know whether it does for any of you. That was quite interesting, wasn't it? But I'll be keen to use these cards, I think, as oracle cards. I very much like archetype cards. I think they're very helpful. And this is a very cute little deck, so I'll look forward to using it. So I hope you enjoyed that, and please do say hello. If there was any resonance there in my words, it would be lovely to hear that. But take care of yourselves, everyone, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you.